Hello, I'm Tanner Boriack, the Digital Marketing Manager at RH Boyd Publishing, and I'm bringing you the lesson for Sunday, December 6, 2020. The title for this week's lesson is Fulfilling One's Calling, and the scriptural reference for our lesson is Hebrews 1 and Matthew 1, verses 1 through 17. Have you ever felt like you don't quite fit, like you don't quite belong? Do you ever feel like you don't have the right tools and pieces or skills to be a valuable piece of your family or community to accomplish your goals? Well, in this lesson, we learn about God's sovereignty over our lives and our purpose. And we learn that His purpose for us is perfect, that He's given us everything we need to be valuable to Him, and that even the people that we sometimes consider to be less than perfect are actually the ones He often chooses to be a part of His plan. When we're assembling something brand new from the box, sometimes we end up not using all of the parts, or some parts just don't seem to fit. God's not like this, however. He is such an intentional planner that He has no wasted parts. He works with every part and piece of life and is able to take anything that comes our way and use it to make something beautiful and useful for our good. When we read through the first book of Matthew, we have several verses laying out the history of Jesus Christ's family line. Generations upon generations of people. Some we know about, some we don't. And at first, this passage can seem repetitive and boring. But when we look closer, we start to see a very important message about God's plan. The people we do know about from Christ's genealogy, such as Ruth, Tamar, Rahab, Judah, and others, have interesting stories. All of them had a lot of issues. Tamar is known for her deception of Judah, tricking him into giving her twin sons. Rahab was known as a prostitute, and Judah was the brother of Joseph who sold him into slavery. One common theme with all of these people that we see were their mistakes, their sins, and their brokenness. But another common theme with them is their contribution to God's plan to bring His Son Jesus to earth. When God worked out the plan to bring His perfect Son to us, He didn't use perfect pieces, or even the best pieces. He used some of the worst, in fact. But God's purpose was greater than their failures. They may not have known it at the time, but each of these people were part of an important plan to provide salvation to the world. We can see through each line of Jesus' genealogy that God works incredibly well with all the pieces of our lives, even the ones that seem to be broken, to achieve His ultimate goal and perfect plans. As Creator, God is more than capable of working creatively in our lives to provide for us. We can have peace through knowing that God has a perfect plan for us and for our lives. And the things that we may see as failures are actually being used by God to work out His plan. As we yield ourselves to God, and as we trust in Him, we have to trust that He's creating a masterpiece with our lives. Our lesson is centered around the lives of real people who lived less than perfect lives. Through their lives, though, we gain knowledge that God used their lives to His glory. Remember this and let God use your life to do His perfect will, and be a bold witness to this great news. Again, I'm Tanner Boriack, and I hope you've enjoyed this week's lesson. If you're enjoying these videos, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any lessons. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment wherever you're watching. And follow us on our social media at RH Boyd Co. and check out our website at www.rhboyd.com.